I was thinking this morning about the tape on this chair and how the solution before the problem might contribute to the problem on some level.
Well, you make a good point. Your point is that if there were intention, the reason the chair is taped down is because it's easier for the chair to stay in one place than for Karen to move her camera all over the place. And a lot of people are so accustomed to moving a chair to make themselves comfortable that it's really interesting. More than 50% of people want to move that chair. And so if it's not taped down, it sort of moves all over the place. So what you're saying is maybe instead of taking action, that the desire for the chair to stay put could be significant enough that without the action, it would stay put. Is that what you're saying? Sort of like living what we're teaching here?
Right. Right. I just had thought about that, like if it contributed to creating the problem.
Well, it actually, it doesn't create the problem in the sense that the chair doesn't move around much when it's taped down. So it did sort of solve the problem of the chair moving around. But it is taking inspired action in order to accomplish something that over time became more and more important. In other words, look at it this way. So contrast is the chair is moving around too much. And every time the chair moves out of the shot, a desire to have a better shot takes place. So in the vortex is spinning this desire to have a better shot. And then the inspiration comes, let's tape the chair down. In other words, is it possible that there is action that is inspired in order to accomplish something that you want to accomplish? In other words, what the conversation really is about is there isn't anything wrong with action, and taping the chair down, you could say taping the chair down, we're taping the chair down, and you can't go by what Jerry says because his dominant intention up here is to have fun with you. And so taping the chair down, you could say that taping the chair down is to prevent a problem, or you could say taping the chair down is to assure that you get what you want. In other words, you can look at it either way.
Okay.
Something more?
No, thank you.
Tape her chair down. Yes. Well, you're making a good point because one of the conversations that is very common is, where does action come in? When do I take action? How much of this should I be doing with thought? And when do I take action? And we say, if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would line up with our desire. And when the inspired action occurs, then do it. But you are right, because in the sense that there are a lot of people that are taking preventative action from outside the vortex. And you can tell when you do it because you don't get the results that you want. It never works out right. You just get more and more and more of what you don't want. So a better answer to your question is, if you're outside the vortex taking action to fix something, then more action and more action and more action, you just never get it done. It just never quite comes into, it's like trying to solve something with someone and there's just but what about, there's just another and another and you never get to the end of it. Where if you are in the vortex when the inspired action comes, usually that action settles that. Yes.